The chapters in this book really gave me a good look at my own skills. Although these topics are seemingly common sense, I noticed that I have developed many bad habits over the years. I have used strategies suggested in this text, and the outcome has been very surprising. Although many employers prefer both experience and certifications, certifications tell your employer that you know the required information and that you are teachable. These certifications cover many of the responsibilities of a help desk professional. These are some of the HDI certifications available. They are structured from the lowest level, being customer service, to managing the entire department at the highest level, and are formulated specifically for service centers. The TSIA is an industry trade association for service and support professionals. It represents tech support, field service, and customer relations around the globe. Here are some of the TSIA certifications available. The Information Technology Infrastructure Library is a set of good practices for IT service management. It focuses on aligning IT services with the needs of businesses. It describes procedures, tasks, and checklists that are not organization specific. It allows the organization to establish a baseline from which it can plan, implement, and measure. It is used to demonstrate compliance and to measure improvement. The Project Management Institute's Project Management Professional credential is the most important industry-recognized certification for project managers. Globally recognized and demanded, the PMP demonstrates that you have the experience, education, and competency to successfully lead and direct projects. The CompTIA certifications are of the most importance to me because I am currently better trained and educated to assist with hardware and software issues. Staying current on technology and all of its components is required to maintain customer satisfaction. Holding official CompTIA certifications as a service desk representative would be beneficial because of the likely probability of customers having wide ranges of components and setups. Vendor certifications are beneficial due to the fact that they are aimed at a specific type of software or hardware. VMware is a company that provides virtualization software that runs on almost any type of system. Microsoft is well known as the owners of Windows operating systems, Xbox 360, and Skype video messenger software. And Cisco is the company that networks us all together with a wide range of products from routers to IP voice devices. Staying current on technology and all of its components is required to maintain customer satisfaction. Holding official CompTIA certifications as a service desk representative would be beneficial because of the likely probability of customers having wide ranges of components and setups. A can-do attitude means that rather telling a customer what you cannot do, tell them what you can do. Customers' feelings change from minute to minute. They demand faster, cheaper, and better service all the time, and technology is ever-changing and very hard to keep up with. Business skills include being accurate, paying attention to details, and keeping records organized. Technical skills are those which support specific products and technologies. Soft skills include strong work ethic, a positive attitude, where self-management skills include stress and time management and the ability to get and stay organized. Certifications will help build, portray, and display confidence in my abilities. People are more willing to work with positive people, and it is proven that positive people accomplish more together. Also remember that knowledge is not everything. It takes a lot of concentration and determination to be an active listener. Start using active listening now to become a better communicator, to improve your workplace productivity, and develop better relationships. Active listening is a communication technique that requires the listener to understand, interpret, count, and evaluate what they hear, The ability to listen actively can improve personal relationships through reducing conflicts, strengthening cooperation, and fostering understanding. It was interesting and worthy to note the different types of distractions. Geez, girl, turn off the news, follow your to do list, and ignore others' ongoing conversations. Enthusiasm is contagious, and the energy in your voice often reflects your personality and your attitude. Remember, everybody smiles in the same language. Try to mirror the customer's rate of speech. Be respectful to the customer and the others around you, and try to remember low pitched tones are often viewed as strong. And oh, yes, the following are communication styles typical to the help desk environment. I know the aggressive person because it used to be me. Looking back, the most difficult type to deal with. Chatterers can be very distracting. If not cautious, things can get off track very quickly. Yes, if you know me, you know I can't stand whiners. This is the characteristic I fear most about customer service, and this is the type of person I will need much practice in mastering patience and empathizing. Know-it-alls can get a representative off track too. I have worked with this type of customer, and it's very difficult to keep them on the right path. Not only do they think they know everything, but they want to tell you everything too. You have to pry information out of these guys. For whatever reason, they're uncomfortable talking. I need to remember the different communication styles and be ready to deal with anyone at any time. Active listening is a skill that can continuously be practiced, will save me time and money, and will keep me keen on paying attention to small details. When answering the phone, sit up straight and put a smile on as if the customer was right in front of you. Announce the name of your company or department and give the caller your name. Ask the first question and take control of the conversation. Aside from documenting everything, I have yet to master all the other rules on this list. Guilty again. Damn it. It's important not to make the customer feel rushed. I should also not rush myself, for I may forget something important. Racing to get off the phone is rude and disrespectful. I mean, seriously, what's the extra 10 seconds? Proper support includes many angles. Keep in mind the broad range and pay attention to what you can learn. On the phone is just as important, if not more so, than in person. I often judge service by phone etiquette. To begin to see why writing skills are so valuable, consider all the ways we must use writing as a form of communication. I need some serious training here. I have often considered taking a course in technical writing. I have much trouble following any of these rules of writing. Narrative mode, huh? Why do I always think that I can put all three in a writing? Note that the third person is recommended for technical writing. Well, fancy that. I didn't get these skills from my mom either. Somewhere I got shortchanged. I typically use both voices in my writing and need to focus on the active. Simple email protocol is important in relaying messages, not just about information, but also about image. To be best suited to work with a global audience, I must pay attention to the differences. Writing is used more often than most communication skills. It is important to convey the right message to save time, and remember that email is the primary method of written communication. It is important for me to have a plan for handling difficult customers. It is also important to the business's reputation and to my well-being. Many times a customer is unsure of the message they're trying to get across. Verify your listening by giving feedback. An example would be, Miss Ernst, I'm sorry that our field service engineer did not arrive at the promised time. Would you like to hold while I contact his office, or would you like me to have him call you back? And now verify what you heard while active listening. Is that correct? Did we cover everything? Learn to respond, not react. Responding is making a conscious choice to control your behavior. Act in a positive, constructive way regardless of the customer's behavior, and never take the customer's anger personally. Take a deep breath and sit up straight. Slouching hurts your body and makes you crabby. Stretch out. It feels good and puts you in a better mood, which in turn makes you more ambitious. Sip water. Get off the coffee and give your body something it needs. Use positive imagery and positive self-talk with little notes to yourself scattered about. I know that these skills are the most needed for me to work on. Focus more on empathizing and understanding than judging. It is important to be sure that the customer is aware of the steps being taken to solve the problem and if a solution will be met on time. Customers get angry when they're left in the dark, wondering when they will be able to continue business as usual. In my experience, even giving customers bad news is more appreciated than no news at all. Well, I don't have to tell you what level I fall into. I can also say I've been introduced to people from all these levels. So, who are they? Ah, be patient, Kim. It's not their fault. Example, last week, Jackie Guidey with Habitat for Humanity. Blah, 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 blah. Can you do the remote thing and get this virus off my computer so I won't get the blue screen? My favorite. I've cited this example before. I don't know what the problem is. I'm on number 4 here. It says to open Windows Explorer, and I did. Then it says to locate the Windows folder in the C drive. Where do I put that? No, honey. Windows Explorer, not Internet Explorer. Here, let me show you. I try to be this kind of customer, but have supported some of these people as well. They are great. They don't tell you any unrelated information and are just as curious about the cause of the problem as you and less worried about the actual solution. Again, Kim, be patient. These guys are really hard to tolerate. They're pushy, defensive, and think you're stupid. Be careful not to take these guys personally. They will test your control at the highest level. Be especially careful with men who fall into this category, as you are more likely to lose control with them. It's important for me to be aware of the many types of personalities, ages, cultures, and eras that I may encounter in the service industry. Know what I'm up against. It's better to be prepared. These skills cover a broad range required to function effectively in a business setting. Research suggests that communication plays the biggest role in a productive environment, for it leads to effective management of the other skills listed. Preparation is the biggest player in leading an effective presentation. For me, preparation only builds my confidence and keeps me organized and on track. By following these steps, I can be sure that my presentation touches all of my audience, and my mistakes will only prepare me for a better presentation the next time. Stating the objective helps me direct my presentation to a specific topic and keeps me from wandering with unrelated information. It should be simple and to the point. This point is especially relevant in the IT world. At this stage of my education, I sometimes take the simple things for granted. Knowing my audience will help ensure that the full message is conveyed in my presentation. There is a proper structure to an effective presentation. The introduction should be an attention grabber, even though sometimes the material is drab. Continuing with an outline gives the audience an overview of what will be covered. Visual aids keep the audience attentive. Anticipating questions will help save time and eliminate embarrassment. Although you will never know the answer to all the questions, be confident and educated on the material you are covering. Summarizing the presentation is also important, for it brings all the information together. Delivering the presentation is still a challenge, even for the most seasoned presenters. Know the equipment. Nothing shows more lack of preparedness than spending 15 minutes futzing with the gear. By researching my topic, I can be confident in the material I am covering, which will keep me excited about demonstrating the topic. Remember that practice with presenting will only make me more effective at delivering. As always, learn from your mistakes. Presentations are a key confidence builder and also increase technical and business skills. Using presenting as a teaching tool helps build a community and strengthen relationships too. There are definite traits to successful teams. Everybody has a role and something unique to contribute. A mission statement is a written statement describing services. Service desk goals are measurable objectives that support the service desk's mission, and individual performance goals are measurable objectives for analysts that support the service desk's mission. Remove the blindfold and realize that successful teams distribute responsibility. No matter the amount of experience or education, I'm not the only one who can do the job right. Most successful teams are made up of people who have unique skills and exhibit varying approaches to teamwork. Diversity includes sex, ethnic background, religious background, age, culture, etc., not only cultures or race. By opening your mind to new ideas and welcoming discussion, respect is earned. Stay in control of how you respond to others during these discussions. Refrain from using narrow-minded view. Leave competition at the door. Everybody has something at stake, and we can all learn from each other. Typically, as a unit, there's a common objective. Beginning at stage 1 with forming, the group begins as a team, and later at stage 4 have actually developed positive relationships. While I normally just think the negative thoughts and don't express them, this is not an effective way to deal with conflict. Training myself by working through these tips when dealing with any type of conflict will have a more positive outcome. The most important tip: stop dwelling. Flush it. The challenger questions all. The collaborator is willing to do whatever is necessary. The communicator encourages participation, and the contributor provides the team with the tools for success. It is imperative, if I plan to be a successful team player, that I can, at will, dump the independent, know-it-all attitude. Others hate working with people like this, and whether I openly portray this characteristic or not, it shows and has a negative impact on relationships.
Institutional are stress that accompanies a business. Examples are a startup or a nonprofit organization. Situational stressors accompany the type of work that you do, and personal stressors are from your personal life and the ones that you have the most control over.
So now I can ask myself two questions. How much control do I have? Stop trying to control everything and choose whether or not to expose yourself to a particular stressor. And ask yourself, did I choose to be exposed? Change the situation and change the way I respond. If I accept the stress, then stop complaining about it. I am a glutton for punishment when it comes to meeting deadlines. I have to rid myself of the terrible fear that I will never get something done and the need to be way ahead of schedule. Discipline is necessary if I plan to be more successful in this department as well. I feel that observing my own traits and taking action to make changes is the first step in becoming a better support professional. Most of these tips are simple, common sense tactics that I just happen to overlook or take for granted one too many times. Getting out in the community and practicing these is the best way to overcome them. If I simply cannot see it any other way, then I need to remind myself that all of these strategies will not only benefit the people around me, but me as well.